All right, guys, just wanted to do another quick video on Wise. Yesterday, I did a video, actually last night, I did a video on how the staking works. They launched a demo that you can use on the Robston network. That you can get some play ETH and play around with staking, set some stakes. I'll show you what those stakes actually look like a day later. It hasn't even been 24 hours, but you'll get an idea of what the stakes will look like in your back office or your UI. And you'll see the potential penalties if you emergency end stake. You'll also see the rewards that we've gotten. And again, it hasn't even been 24 hours. Now, of course, you want to preface this by saying it's a demo. It's not completely accurate. This is not indicative of what the rewards are going to look like when mainnet actually launches, because again, this is just for demo purposes, right? So don't look at these rewards and say, oh, that's exactly what's going to happen. No, that's not what's going to happen, guys. Again, there's a lot of different things that will, that get taken into account when they do the rewards when mainnet launches. But I do want to show you what it looks like. At least you'll see what it looks like in the back office on your dashboard. Now, before I do that, guys, do want to remind you that everything in crypto, even just holding crypto, is extremely risky. So do your own research, do your own due diligence. I'm certainly not giving you any type of financial advice. There are no guarantees. You can lose some or even all your funds in this space. So again, if you're not okay with that, if you're not, if you don't have the temperament for high risk, then these are probably platforms, pre-sales, contracts that you probably shouldn't be getting into. Okay, now that being said, if you are okay with the risk and you have done your own research, only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. Risk capital is what you should only be putting into any of these platforms. So that being said, guys, do want to do a quick update on Axion first, and then again, it'll be super quick. Of course, follow me on Telegram, jump onto our newsletter if you haven't already, and subscribe to this channel. So real quick, guys, Axion, just want to do a quick update because today is the every Friday they put in a bunch of Axion in the auction lobby, guys. So as you can see, today I think there's 11.5 billion. Yeah, 11.6 billion Axion up for grabs. There's already 92 Ethereum in the auction pool. If you want to jump into the auction pool, you can use my link or use someone's link. But use a link, that way you get a 10% bonus. If you're going to jump into this pool, I'm actually going to do another quick stake. All I'm doing right now is staking this. I'm certainly not going to be selling it because the price is down. So there's really no reason for me to sell it. Selling when the price is down, you're guaranteeing a loss. At least if I stake it, I'm giving time for the price to go up, whether it takes 3 months, 6 months, a year, it'll eventually go up. At least that's my belief, my opinion. Of course, I could be totally wrong. Do your own research, as I said before. But again, for me, as long as the price doesn't go, significantly lower, if I'm staking it, I'm going to win in the long run because I'm just getting more Axion for my Axion. And if the price goes up, well, then that's the ideal situation. So I'm going to put in another 10 million, stake another 10 million. I'm going to do this for 30 days. No, wait, I'm going to do it for 90 days, right? I'm going to stake this 10 million Axion for 90 days. Deposit. These aren't too bad. It's $7, but I'm going to speed it up. So it'll be $8.89. And while that's confirming, we can take a look at my open deposits so far. I have 146. With this 10 million, it'll be 156 million Axion staked, right? And I've earned so far 3.5 million Axion in interest. So this is the total. Then you can look at each breakdown of every one of your stakes. Again, you do not want to withdraw an early end stake because you're going to get hit with a hefty penalty. You'll get hit with a hefty penalty, and that goes for any of these staking platforms. Anytime you early end stake, you're going to get hit with a penalty. So try as much as possible not to, unless you absolutely must and you're okay with eating that penalty. All right. So yeah, Axion, if you want to check this out, we'll leave a link underneath this video. E2X, this is another Ethereum, quote unquote, staking, right? This is from the T2X people. And again, this one here, you can go into the auction lobby, get a 10% bonus by using a referral link. And this one has been averaging around 25 million, not 25 million. Imagine that, 25 ETH each day. Okay, now the difference between this one and Axion, or even Wise, is you're going to get interest in E2X, but you're going to get dividends in Ethereum. So when your stake ends, whether it be a 30, 60, 90-day stake, 6-month stake, whatever, when that stake ends, not only are you going to get interest in their coin, in this case E2X, but you're also going to get dividends in Ethereum. So it works exactly like T2X, except with T2X you get dividends in Tron. With E2X you're getting dividends on Ethereum. So this one's been averaging around 25 ETH. It's been pretty stable on that side. If you want to check this out, you can. So what I want to do is jump into Wise, go through the reservation real quick, as I always do, and show you the rewards on the staking demo. But before I do that, check out this 30-second promo that they just launched. Pretty cool. And after that, I'll be right back. All right, guys, so let's go into this real quick. That was a pretty badass video, right? So check this out, guys. 27,920 ETH has already gone in for reservations. As you check this out, I think we're getting closer to the to the midpoint day. What's today? Today's I think day 24. Yeah, day 24. So it's a fixed day today. 5 million Wise up for grabs. There's 510 Ethereum. So we'll see what happens here. I'm definitely going to be going in. I'm going to put in another 2 ETH in a little bit. But yeah, we'll see what happens here towards the end of the day. And as you can see here, tomorrow will be the midpoint of this 50-day pre-sale. At the end of the pre-sale, you'll see here on New Year's Eve, we'll be able to claim our Wise, and then we'll be able to start staking it. So you watched my video yesterday, you know that on the Ropsten network, let me switch over to the Ropsten network. All right. So again, if you're going to check out the staking demo, make sure you are on the Ropsten network. That way you don't use any of your real funds. If you use your real funds in the Ropsten network, you're going to have pretty hard time getting your funds back. Okay. So again, this is with Play ETH. Just for us to test this out, you go to the dashboard. I can go to the staking right here. These are the demo stakes that I put in yesterday in my video. You can see here. Okay. So you'll see here, again, a lot of these stats aren't accurate. It's just a demo to give us an idea of what it's going to look like. As you can see here, it says here it's 31% matured. Obviously, it's not, because I only put it in yesterday. But again, once you track this, you'll be able to know when your stakes are coming up to maturity. It also shows the days that it's locked up. Each stake is going to have its own separate ID. And here's the first 10,000 stake, 10,000 Wise stake that I put in, and then you'll be able to track the penalty if you early end stake. You'll also be able to track their rewards. Okay, so here's the interest on top of your principal. And here's another stake that I put in. Here's the penalty if I early end stake, and here's the reward. So you can have multiple stakes. Again, lots of different strategies that you can employ. You can have ladder stakes for monthly passive income or weekly passive income. You can also just take, your Wise, and just, you don't really need it. You could just kind of stake it for down the road, 6 months down the road, 12 months down the road, whatever the case might be. So again, there is no right or wrong. It's just how you want to structure it. Key is you do not want to early end stake. You will eat a hefty penalty. As you can see on this demo stake, this 10,000 Wise stake, if I early end stake it, I'll be losing 6,490 Wise. This one's even a bigger penalty, right? So, again, you can never tell when emergencies are going to come. Sometimes, you know, if you have to emergency end stake, there's absolutely no other way. Then yeah, you might have to just eat the penalty. But again, put your strategy together, think it through. That way you can, you know, put your plan in place. If you feel like, you know, you don't want to be locked in to the end of your stake, there's also going to be something called insurance staking, where you can stake, and I believe you'll be able to, if you emergency end stake, you don't get that big of a penalty. So I'm going to look into that more. I'll do another separate video on it. But this is what the regular stakes look like. If you want to put one in, create a stake right here. Again, I did this already, but 10,000 Ys. So I do that for 365 days. Okay. Longer pays better. So again, if I do it for 180 days, which is shorter, the duration bonus is smaller. And if I do it for 720 days, which is like 2 years, the duration bonus is bigger, right? So let's just say I do a, I don't know, 6-month stake. Here's the figures, right? I can click create regular stake. Again, this is all on the Robson network, guys. So I'm not really using real ETH here or real Ys. But it just gives you an idea of how things are going to work once we get to that phase, once the pre-sale is over and we start staking, guys. So this is going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of, there you go. Pretty cool. Out of this right here. There's another stake that I put in here. So yeah, it's going to be, you know, for me, I'm probably going to put in a few stakes, you know, that are probably like 6 months down the road. Then I'll have some stakes that are a year, 2 years. I might have a small stake that's down 3 years. I don't think I'm going to do anything longer than 3-year stake, even though you can stake up to 15 years. But, you know, for me, you know, I don't really want to lock things in for that long. But we'll see how this works. Of course, I'm probably going to keep a certain percentage liquid. But yeah, I think Wise has a very, very bright future. You know, will it 10x? Will it 100x? We'll have to wait and see. But you got to be in it to win it, right? So I'm going back into the reservation. I'm gonna put another 2 ETH in today. If you want to check this out, if you want to get a 10% bonus when you reserve some Wise, I'll leave a link underneath you can check out. Use my link or use someone else's link, doesn't matter, but use a link so you get your 10% bonus when you reserve your Wise, guys. So very, very exciting stuff, guys. The team is very, very solid, lots of transparency. They communicate. For me, that's a big thing with people behind these platforms. If they're transparent, they're communicating, they're visible, they're accessible, that to me is the biggest thing. Like I'm not interested in a 10% a day, you know, platform, but we don't know who the people are. They're not accessible. There's no customer service. I'd rather have something a little more stable and long-term, maybe a lower percentage, but I know that it'll last. Of course, nothing's guaranteed, but you know, for me, if the team is accessible, there's great customer service, you know, they're showing their face, they're transparent, they're going out of their way to communicate. To me, that's more important to me. Of course, everyone's different. You might not feel that way. You might just be looking for that 10% a day. You don't care if it scams out in a week or a few days, and that's fine. Everyone's different. But yeah, I think Wise is going to be, you know, a phenomenal passive platform for us for 2021. And what I'm doing between now and the end of the year is setting myself up so that we can have a bunch of Wise stake for that passive income that everyone's so, you know, I don't want to say desperate for, but you know, in these times it helps a lot. So that being said, guys, follow me on Telegram, sign up for our newsletter, subscribe to this channel, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.